Hey, welcome everyone. It is now the first day of trading for the month of December. This is the December correction, and by golly, I would have to tell you, here's a couple things that we've been talking about, and this is what I think is important for you to know so that it will help you make money and what trades to be focused in on in the coming days and weeks ahead. How deep can this correction get? My guess is we'll probably see, as I was writing about, I lowered my target. I was calling for last week. I thought that we get the day before Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving. You normally see typical rallies. Prepare for that. Lighten up the load. Take a look at the portfolio. That's what we did. We dumped Tilray last week before the big decline in all the pot sector stocks. We made a couple bucks there. We raised some stops. We're in a couple casino stocks, or one casino stock. Anyway, what I was looking at was a sell-off in the SPYs, and notice where I didn't put here the Dow or the Russell. And one of the main reasons is because from a seasonal perspective, and we'll get into this for you guys, one tool that we like to look at when we're dealing with the stock market is the advanced decline, especially a McClellan oscillator. And we have a special one that we've created with TradeStation that uses just the data from the advanced decline information from the S&Ps. Anyway, moving forward, we had a zero line break and a bearish divergence in the McClellan oscillator, as you can see here, and it's one of the part of what I do on a week-to-week basis is put out information so that we can make better trade decisions. So for my community, here's a couple things that we were looking at. Besides the McClellan oscillator tipping us off to a zero line break, and the fact that we're at Person's Pivot quarterly resistance. I mean, forget the fact, I think anyone that has been around a while should probably knows that a NASDAQ up almost 34% on a year-to-date gain, that's probably ripe for a correction. Well, here's the irony. Let's go down and look at our seasonal work that I put out at the beginning of each month. And that's the purpose of this video, is to help give you guys a little insights as to what I do and also what might help you prepare for this month. All right. Let's just cut to the chase. What's bearish in the month of December year over year? The NASDAQ 100. Wow. I bet that's something that the folks on CNBC don't like to talk about, right? Seasonally speaking, the NASDAQ does not have a great December. And what weighs in on that are four main stocks. You can call them the FANG stocks. Facebook, but Google, Netflix, Amazon. Amazon, and not a lot of people know that, but Amazon typically does not do well in the month of December. All right, I'm gonna share with you a trick that you can use on Thinkorswim right now, and then we'll get into a couple other items that we're preparing people for, and which would be this. I'm only going to add to two names here. And technically speaking, Starbucks and Amazon have had poor volume, seasonal trends, and these, I got dyslexics, not toe. It's two names, look like a bull trap, looking to suck in underfinanced weak speculators. That was the comment for this week. By the end of this week to the beginning of next week, you should be looking to establish long positions in energy, and that, by the way, is the one sector that's doing very well today. Another thing is, for commodity traders, lean hogs. You want to start focusing on hog prices to the upside right now. And then finally, euro currency. It's interesting, but we have a strong double bottom from the October low, if you look at a weekly chart. Seasonally speaking, now's the time we tend to see rallies lasting into the first week of January. So we'll see if there's maybe some inherent dollar weakness that comes about, and maybe that's what's all tied in. People are freaking out. Maybe they see a trade war dispute that's not going right, or something that's going to create some havoc. Maybe the Fed's not perceived to lower rates again. That might be something that can weigh in on the market temporarily. All right, so let's get in, and I'll share this little secret with you here. And so seasonality is a big part of my work in Candlestick's pivot point triggers, and in this book right here, Mastering the Stock Market. It is so important that the first two chapters gave us how to look at seasonality in the markets from different sectors, whether it's biotech, consumer discretionary, energy sector, all of that. These were two fabulous books. Now, for Thinkorswim, let's pull out a chart here, and we're going to go and look at Well, let's just bounce this chart up here. If you're using Thinkorswim, just go to a daily chart. Now you'll see I've got my favorite indicators, the person's pivots, and I have the blue is just the actual pivot, right, with my indicator PPS. So if you go up here where it says study and you go to add a study, find my name, it's John Person. PMC is this indicator right down here. It's a relative strength indicator and it works comparing a stock to the S&P 500 strengths or weaknesses. You want to look to buy stocks against the S&P when the indicator is turning above the zero line and bright blue. That's positive. It shows outperformance. If you have an uptick in volume, that shows that there is even more participation and that market has tendency to move higher. All right. So let's take a look. We're going to go over here to change conical. Let's take a look. We're going to go to style. All right. Go to style, chart mode. Instead of standard, just go down to seasonality. So you'll see the funny thing is that this is ConocoPhillips. ConocoPhillips, probably one of the best times of the year to buy it, is right in around the 9th of December, and you get a nice little run up in the market. So be prepared for that. All right, that's ConocoPhillips. All right, next, we wanted to talk about AMZN because that's one people can't figure out. All right, so here is where we're at right now in the chain of things. What does this look like to you? Is that red line going up or down? Between now and December 23rd, it's going down. That's Amazon's seasonal trend in the marketplace. Go up to this wheel, go to appearance, and you can go and take and you can look at every single year, and you could take by either yearly or average. So if I go yearly and hit apply and OK, so it'll tell you how many years back have we gone. All right, fine. We haven't gone back more than what? 3 years. One's the average, and then there are the seasonalities. Go up here to style, time frame setup. Let's go and take a look at a daily chart with 20 years, and there's your trend for the last 20 years. And it breaks down every single year's performance, and it's color coded up here. Go back up to the wheel, go to appearance, and I want to look at just the average. Hit apply and OK, and clearly let's take a look there. From on or around the beginning of December all the way into December 23rd, it's a significant seasonal decline in the stock Amazon. What do you think that's going to do to the NASDAQ 100? Let's take a look. QQQ, enter. So let's take a look at what the month of December brings for the NASDAQ 100. Wow, interesting. On or about the 10th of December going down. That is, so anywhere from 12-2, bounces around all the way going into Christmas, the day before Christmas, sell-off in the Qs. So I hope that kind of helps. Look to sell rallies in the Q. Watch your breath. Look at your volume. Don't get sucked in buying the dip right now, especially in the Qs. You probably see this market, I'm looking for maybe 3% off the high at most. So I think there's some good short-term trading here. Don't get wrapped up in headline news. Thanks for listening, and I'll update you probably towards the end of the week. This is a free video for you guys just to see how do I use my work with Thinkorswim, number one, and number two, what are we doing for our weekly newsletter and for our clients. Thanks for listening. Have a great first week of December.